Break it down, so it doesn't look like we're down on that kind of hospital.
No more miss or church.
Hey, welcome everyone to committee meeting for Monday. We had a little bit of a hiccup on our last set of meetings. Back to county resources, the vote was taken and not tabulated, and then actually after the fact, we found that it did not pass, so we're gonna bring this back through in the committee. County resources.
Then, like to call county resources to order at 6 o'clock. There is one resolution, come before us tonight, and that is the appointment of myself and Jane as, legislative members of the Conservation District. And I know previously we used to abstain, and Greg looked into it about, this situation. We actually don't have to abstain from this.
Correct, there's no personal gain.
There's no personal gain, we're not paid members anyway, so.
So somebody who counted as a no has to make the resolution.
Correct.
In order for this to be voted. That's all.
And Harry, you weren't here, so you could make that
Yes, sir.
motion as, an overall vote. I have a motion by Harry, and a second by
Go ahead.
Sherry Greene.
Great. Yeah, Hobart was not here,
You counted as no also.
Tommy or either one of you.
Tommy is the second then on that.
Sure.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Thank you. Thank you, Pat. Any other business from Fort County Resources? Opposed. Motion closed by Torrington. We're closed. Okay. Do it.
I'd like to open up Economic Development and Tourism Committee at 6:03. There's two proposed action items tonight, but before we do, I would like to ask Tim Kelleher from the Tourism Workshop to give a brief presentation.
Hear the input.
I have been asked to keep it under 10 minutes. If you guys would like me to stay longer, I'd be happy to do that. Let me just, so Tim Kelleher, owner and president of Workshop, which is your agency of record for your tourism efforts here in Greene County. James asked me to come and give you the entire legislature a quick overview of all the things that we have done in 2025 on your behalf. There's a ton there. I'd welcome any questions at another time or whenever is appropriate, but 10 minutes from what we do for a year is short, but I'll be happy to jump through it. Stop me if you have questions and we'll walk through it. So this is kind of a summary statement. It kind of left out the last 2 months because we don't have some of the data as of yet. But the pieces that we handle, we pretty much handle all of your marketing, from creative concepting, which is the base of it, to your website build, which I was here a few months ago and spoke to your web traffic, both organic and paid, your public relations, your organic social media, as well as your paid social media, email marketing, influencer marketing, and also your paid media. Those are all the efforts that we make in alignment with the creative concepting and the campaigns that we do on your behalf. And these are reviewed. We'll go into a strategic session early January with the team from Greene in offices or down here, set out our plan, and then execute along that plan for the following coming year. A brief, everyone sees bits and pieces of these, and you might not understand where they come from. And this is out of strategic and creative concepting. We arrived at this concept of be here, and it seemed to perform really, really well. And we're going to probably have a conversation around that. Do we stay with that? But if things are working and they're not tired, we will stay probably along with the be here. And that allows us, that heading, that campaign allows us to pull in all the creative and highlight different aspects and assets of the county, all with the idea of attracting additional tourism to your town, to your county, as well as associated spend and sales tax. This is just a quick video. Aaron, just real quick, there was a longer form video in there. And again, this is all representative of some of the, not all, just parts and pieces of all the content that we captured throughout the year. Some of it's brand new, some of it's repurposed from the previous year, and we tried to be very economical about what it is we capture based upon the needs of what we're trying to promote in the upcoming years. It's a little loud. It's again, just an example of an edit that we used on, I believe we used this edit on a couple of pieces in paid media and on the internet TV pieces. So just trying to give you a quick overview. This is a thematic piece that kind of is following through of all of our pieces and all of our creative. And it's representative of the Catskills as you view it, whether it be it's typically sunset because you're looking west. And then we use that and creatively change the color casting of that view of the mountains to represent the additional seasonality. And it seems to work well from a creative standpoint, from a color standpoint. And we do heat mapping of where people are looking, and it is working, so we'll probably stay with that same look. You'll also notice that's the same look that evolved out of the Bronco wrap. I almost said Jeep wrap. We are in the county throughout the year capturing content. These photos are really just representative of all the content from events to your restaurants, to your scenic spots, to your hiking, outside adventure, dogs, whatnot. There's a new thing for Zen and health and healing that's representative in the upper right-hand corner. See a picture of your travel guide. We're in the process of finalizing your travel guide for 26, which will be out in the first or second quarter of 26, but that is also in the works and is done annually. And the purpose of these slides are just to give you a sampling of what we're doing when we're in county and all the content that we're getting, because we need to use this fresh content throughout all those additional efforts of where I said the paid media, social media, print ads, all the pieces. I was invited here a number of months ago to speak on your website. I'm happy to say that that is progressing phenomenally well. We have propped up your existing website. We have eyes on it. We have a security blanket underneath that. So that is stabilized for now. We are making great progress with Patty and her team and our development team. Nothing really yet to build. It's like building your foundation, your architectural plans. That's kind of the stages we're at, and we can update James and through the tourism office the progress of that. We intend to have that launched for May 26 in total, which is pretty exciting. And
This is a completely new website.
it's completely new.
New build.
Yeah, a total new build. Oh, my eyesight's gone a little bit there. And those are just some of the highlights of the website build. You know, mobile first, improved UX, UI, accessibility, power. And so one of the really exciting pieces that I want to tip my hat just a little bit. All the chatter is around AI. What are we doing with AI, right? So there's some really cutting edge, bleeding edge technologies out there to incorporate AI into your website. And so where we landed of using the AI pieces, we're going to be using the AI as a host that's curating who's ever visiting the website according to what they like and what they like. So the AI will be assisting in, not a bot, not somebody saying go here, but just guiding them through the website so that they're finding and their journey is saved and they're finding the things that they want to see, whether it be family, individuals, couples, and then whether there be restaurants, whether it be camping, glamping, or whatever. So pretty excited about that. It's really going to be a first in class application of that AI, which is pretty current. And that excites us tremendously. And thanks for that opportunity. Web traffic overview. These numbers, what do all these numbers mean? But these are numbers how we evaluate our performance, and everything with tourism, everything pushes to the website. there's many challenges that we spoke of earlier where your website challenges because of how it operates, the speed it operates, what the content was, how it was laid out, what the navigation was. You were starting to decline in your website visits and most importantly, your time on site. So that was one of the drivers. You need to stay current. We talked all about that, but so these are the supporting numbers. So your website sessions, that's from all sources. That's from paid, organic, everything that we do that pushes to the websites, whether it be a QR code or whatnot, 725,350 website sessions from all those sources. That's a very significant number. Total website users from all sources, 533,000. That's 500,000 plus. 54% of all total users come from organic search. The balance would come from paid search and what we call SEO, which kind of feeds into the organic search, which is finding your keywords and whatnot. There are some things bumping into this, and your timing of your new website is really great because we can address and be in front of it. But as we all know now, when our website searches are being done by any of us, the first thing you're getting is not going to the individual websites, but you're seeing the aggregate AI. That's blocking and reducing flow to your website. So the challenge there for us is to make sure that the underlying content is so strong that it gets cited in that aggregate AI. And fortunately, the timing of your website is going to allow us to do some things from a technology standpoint to get in front of this. But you're going to hear more and more and more of this where people's and your competitors as well, who don't happen to be in the timing source of that, with their websites are really going to be starting to struggle with. One of the other legs to the stool is the public relations, which is really important. We've had some great success and some great placements. And as you can see there, from Parade, US News, Vogue, Esquire, Town and Country, Traveler, Brides, Yahoo Life, Architectural Digest, in addition to many other smaller outreaches from newspapers, smaller magazines, that they reach out, they find us through our efforts that are outbound as well as their inbound efforts. And they ask us, hey, can you help us write an article on Greene County? Can you help us? Can you give us content here? The PR world, because of their shortage of staff, are now looking to people like ourselves to help do their work for them, which is a pretty enviable way where we can write these articles and if they like it, they push it, right? It's not like you have to convince somebody to come here and do all that work. So again, timing and the way things are happening, it's pretty advantageous. Your organic social media, we all know what our social media is, your Instagram, your Facebook, some TikTok, some YouTube, all those pieces. And we report on these monthly to Patty and her teams. We use all kinds of strategic ways to post. We're not just posting, right? All these posts, there's a reason. We heat map it. We know what's working, what's not working, what's trending, what's not trending. And you can see those numbers are really supporting them. 1.1 million views, impressions, 550,000 engagements, 2.8 thousand audience growth. Those numbers, and there's benchmarks inside of this. We will distribute this too. Don't want to bore you, but most times we are 3 to 4 times the publicly announced and measured benchmarks, specifically for the vertical of travel. So we're doing a really good job on your behalf. And we watch those metrics, those KPIs. That's what we measure ourselves by, and that's what we report on. This stat is pretty cool. That's almost 600,000 video views. Video has become the leading edge of all social media. While you cannot do it 100% of the times, but we try to do and take effective reels and stories because the video outperforms all other placements. That's the race we're in, right? We are so fast with our thumbs. We're so fast to get out of it. Video stops the user. If it's effective video, they stay on site, they watch the whole video. So again, we can measure to the second of the time they view it. We can measure what they viewed on it. And it's as much data as you want, the data is there, right? Again, we're not just posting videos to post videos. We understand what works and what captures and what makes people watch it. So collectively, that's 844 total hours of video viewing, which is pretty wild. Email marketing, I'm sorry, I'm burning through this because I was asked to keep it under 10 minutes. I don't know how I'm doing. Email marketing, while it's one of our oldest tools in our tool set, it's really effective and it's really cost effective. And we can, once we identify a user and have their email, we have them as an ongoing client. So we can continually update them, we continually engage with them. We use all kinds of marketing tactics, whether it be a contest for new signups or an offering or viewing. Because once you're maintaining that email marketing list, those are your constant clients that you're touching. So whether they come in the winter, you want them to come in the summer. If they come in the summer, you want them to come in the fall. So noteworthy performance on the email, right? We all know how many emails clog up our inboxes, right? And so if you see that open rate of 39%, that's substantial. That's almost 40% of the people that we send emails to are opening them. And that's a known list, so they know our content, they want to see your content, and they're continually opening it on a month-to-month basis. 150,000 email sends, and again, this is pennies of your marketing dollars. And then you can see the heat map on the right-hand side, which shows we can measure what it is they're reading, right? You send out an email, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500 users, we can see the content that they're using. We measure that content by the color, we measure the content by what it's showing, how it's showing, and then try to fold that in and constantly regurgitate and upgrade our email outbound. Influencer marketing, if I could take a second to pause here. Influencer marketing has kind of received a bad connotation to many of us, right? And when we say influencer marketing, we're kind of internally we're playing around with renaming that so that it's different than how some of us perceive influencer marketing. If you have an influencer marketing that's peddling a cosmetic cream to 16-year-olds and you see all the glamour and glitz and the glamour that they're spending and they're expensive, what we've done is really have found and search and tools and vet, interview, negotiate on behalf of Greene County and find visitor influencers, whether they be families with children, couples, individuals, choose a demographic, whether it be young or old and whatnot. And we find those influencers and we really vet them and we say, okay, where is their audience coming from? How big is their audience? How big is their engagement of their audience? And then we invite them, we negotiate their rate, we host them. We have a whole curated itinerary with the help of Patty's team, where they're going to stay, where they're going to eat, what they're going to do. And they create all this content. And all this content is not only great for them because we're picking up their audience that we would typically not have, but they're also creating great content for us underneath the same pricing that we then reutilize, repurpose through all the other efforts. So it's really an effective way. And again, the only thing I would caution, it's not your everyday influencer that we might think of when we hear the word influencer. It's not the sports guy that's peddling Gatorade or any of those other big flashy things that kind of turn us off, right? These are very organic, very authentic, very believable people that have that audience and understand their following, and then in turn come to our website, come to our thing, and ultimately come to Greene County and spend money. That's the purpose. Everything we do is driven to that end. Get them to the county, get them to spend their money. Influencer marketing overview. There's 4 of them, 4 creators, and that's kind of where we're calling them creators, each bringing their own unique style and audience and allowing us to tap into their diverse storytelling and broaden our reach. It's a very monetarily effective way to break into different markets. We know that Philadelphia market is hot. We find an influencer that has an audience in Philadelphia, has a following of 100,000 people. That's a really inexpensive way to reach that specific audience, as an example. Paid media. Paid media is all the stuff everybody in this room hates to see, but it pops up. Sometimes you don't even know it's paid, but it's our way to get on your phone, to get on your website, right? It's a universal, it's what we do. very selective of how we do it. We don't use banner ads, we use very specific ads with a specific call to action so that you're seeing something that has value. We've chosen our audience by demographic, by interest, by income levels. So it's very, very targeted. It's not just what we would call banner ads that come out and just say Greene County and show and have no other residual effect to what it is you're watching. So some quick stats there. The paid media efforts have driven 3,300 website visits, 410,000 impressions. That's a lot of eyeballs on Greene County, right? 1.3 million engagements. That means they click through, they look at it. They're not just swiping through it. That's a pretty high rate. Actually, it's an incredibly high rate. Then we also use that to drive email signups, 2,000 email signups from there. And then the last piece is the website sessions. That means they actually come in, they spend a specific amount of time, they not navigate through your website, they're engaged, then we have them and we retarget them again. You all know that once you click on something, we're not gonna let you go. Get in here, get in here, get in. So these are all the standard tactics, again, applied specifically to your tourism efforts. Again, there's some samples of the paid media. I know it's pretty small, but I can share this deck out so you can see them and take a closer look. You see the benchmark click-through rate, that's at CTR of 0.9%. We're showing a click-through rate of 4.62. That's 4 times what Google is saying that the average tourism vertical is showing on their click-through rate. So we're proud of that. I mean, we use these stats to help promote ourselves because a lot of other people cannot reach these numbers. It's a very sincere effort on your behalf. Those are some of the top performing ads. And you look at the, 73% above what the vertical benchmark is. Again, some more ads. Again, going back to that creative concept, you're seeing that B here used in whether it be lodging, whether it be dining, events are a big thing, and then you're sharing your outdoor pieces. So many, many pieces. Again, taking the same creative concepts, there are still a number of valuable print pieces, specific circulations to the greater area within our demographic, which would be, there's a lot of tourism in Hudson Valley that we want to take. So we effectively utilize some of that paid media and print media that's in the Hudson Valley and get them to come past that, even though effectively you are part of the Hudson Valley, but the fringe, the northern fringe, right? When I speak like values, more southern and central, we're a large part of New York. I think I'm under the sign. I'm running out of voice. I breezed through there. Again, just trying to make sure that I stayed within what was asked. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, the print media, is that a relatively expensive advertising?
Comparatively, I come from a print background. I have to honestly say yes, it is. But for some audiences, and the value of the print piece, it's what we might call evergreen. You pick up a piece and you bring it home, it's still in your environment, right? Print's not dead, but we are really incredibly selective of where we place the print ads.
So since you've been here doing the buys and everything, what would you say just through attrition have you went away from and invested more in?
Sure, and again, that what we just asked about that print,
Yeah.
I've been in this the print was maybe again, I can back these up with hard percentages, but off the top of my head, 10 years ago, 11 years ago, you might have had 30% of your budget in print. Now it's 4 to 5% of your budget just in print, right? Where the money is migrating to over the last 2 years, 3 years, a lot of the money is migrating more towards our efforts in organic social and then supplemented with paid social. That seems to have the most traction and the most results. So we are very dynamic. Those funds are flowing in and out as they go. We, Patty's team, Greene County's tourism team have been, because of our success, they've been very gracious in saying, okay, try it, show it, prove it, right? So we've been really successful with saying that we're a little bit out there, we're a little bit on the front edge of this, a little bit of the bleeding edge, but stay with us because we're going to show you the advantage of those influencers, of those content creators, right? That's a multiplier effect that we have found, and we're starting to now change some more budget towards that. So it's not static. It's constant moving. And all these pieces that we do on a monthly, quarterly basis, we review them with Greene County, and we change tactics. If something's not working or the content's not working, it's pretty dynamic. And that's the only way. Many places, we do all of our paid media internally, meaning we select your audience, we do all the data, and we monitor it, we change it. That's an ongoing change. It's very static. Many other places, many other of your competitors, pick a media and they throw money at it and it just runs. And at the end of the year, they say, how do we do? Well, you can't do it. And you have to be aware of, seasonality, you have to be aware of a trend, something's hot. Like if we hit something in TikTok that's on trend, all of a sudden we're 1,000 times on it, right? So that awareness. What else?
Thank you, Tim. Sure, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And thank you for all your support over the years. And you are I will say this and say it with pride, you're a flagship client. We use you as white paper examples because of what you've allowed us to do and exceed your competitors. And I will say thank you very much. One of the other things James asked me to mention, just because we're here so much and we're here on an ongoing basis, we'll be opening an office inside Greene County in 2026 and staff it so that we can be here more. Even though we're in Saratoga, it's an hour away. With your growth and our ability and what we're doing, it's gotten to a point where, and I know everybody's concerned about this. I've heard this over the years of 10 years, 11 years. Why are we spending our money with somebody outside of the county? Well, our competitors are not even in the county, but I think it's time for us to show that commitment and come back.
Thanks, Rick.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Thanks everybody for your support. Any questions? Send them to James and Patty and Happy if you want to do a breakout session, learn some more. Happy to do it. All right. Thank you.
Next, I'd like April to come up. She's gonna give us a rundown of her busy year.
The whole year?
Right.
I was just presenting on the hotel, but,
Okay.
I can fill you in on other projects that we're working on. So I just really have 4 main points for the hotel. I know Keith already preempted me and sent out my letter, but the sewer connection between the IDA and the town has been approved. So that's one thing that DEC has already taken care of. I talked to John Joseph today. The SWIP, has been sent back to Delaware Engineering. They're waiting on comments from the, engineer for the hotel. So once they get those comments back, Delaware Engineering is the only one who has to approve it for the town level, does not have to go through the DEC. So we're waiting on just some comments on the SWIP. I've been working with Paul Goldman on updating our final contract with the hotel. We're scheduling a closing probably for March, late February, early March. And then once we close, we split the sale with the county. And that will cover unpaid back taxes for that property. It'll be made whole. So John Joseph, from his last presentation here, he wants you to keep the faith. And he says he's working on a contractor date for the groundbreaking of April. And we just want to hope for an early spring, so there's no frost on the ground. So that's the hotel. I have other updates. I have options for other properties up in the business parks.
April, do you have any concern on this project with the SWIP? Is there anything there?
No, it's just their engineer and Delaware Engineering, they just have to get together and finalize some of the runoff and where they're gonna move piles of dirt. That's just the construction phase.
Is Delaware Engineering representing the town?
There's a gentleman named Adam that works for the town, yes. So Delaware is representing town on that review of the SWIP. And the hotel has their own engineer.
And you said you have some options on the business park in
Yeah.
Kusaki?
So, the board approved an option on the 14 acres. I don't have it signed. I signed it and sent it to them. They're reviewing it now, but it would be, a split of the front being a long-term hotel stay and manufacturing and distribution in the back part of the 14 acres. So that's in front of CERTA. CERTA, unfortunately for their sister plant, they're closing a sister plant, and we are gonna be acquiring 75 more jobs at our location. I know you know that Essedant was closing or closed in November, so hopefully some of that workforce can move over to CERTA. And then if we come to fruition on the 14 acres, we'll have more jobs there. I don't know the job numbers exactly yet. We also are working with another company, Build with Nature, through the state, and they are looking at our 26 acre parcel that's behind or next to the old Save-A-Lot building. So no option on that yet, but they are looking for a temporary facility, so I put them in touch with a company in Cooksaki. Then we have a company that I don't have much information on it yet, but we are competing. Our Save-A-Lot, former Save-A-Lot building is competing with a Massachusetts site. So James and I and New York State EDC are gonna put together a package, hopefully entice them here, because it would be 250 manufacturing jobs.
Into the Save-A-Lot?
Yeah.
I mean, Save-A-Lot, they really did a lot of rehab on that building.
Well, they built, so Lynn Stanley, who owns the building now, said the number today was, I think they put 8 million in
I
already.
believe it.
Yeah, so they've already put 8 or 11, 8 million in. They had to redo the parking lot. They did a lot of lights, the painting, things like that. But the project could be, 100 million investment in that building. So currently the building is 330,000 square feet. They would revamp more of the interior to be more refrigerator space and expand 70,000 square feet. So the entire building would be 400,000 square feet. So we're waiting to hear from New York State EDC on what grants might be available to the company coming in. So
23 West in Catskill.
So Austin Glen, I actually did just speak with a developer 2 days ago. They wanted more updates on still available. It is. So 60 acres is still available. We would have to work with the town on what can go there based on water, sewer needs. But natural gas extends out that way. But we have the GEIS completed. So there's 4 possible usages. Yes, one was a destination with retail in the front, all the way to housing and manufacturing, how we could split that up. Now we have Camp Town across the street, so we would kind of like to see it be more of a tourism destination plan. But it's available. Oh, and Hampton Inn, they were out there measuring for the signs, so you'll see, hopefully, before the ground freezes, the coming soon sign should be put up soon.
Like later.
No, because I have signs that are being put in, they were supposed to be put up at Green Business, directional signs in the front. And it was too windy today because they were using a bucket truck. So now they gotta get guys to actually manually put them up because of the wind. But the holes are dug already, so. Hope it's not too late.
Anything else for April? Thank you.
Okay,
Appreciate you coming in.
okay, thank you.
If there's nothing else, we'll go to the proposed action items. First one, establishing roster for professional and consultant services, economic development, tourism, and planning.
Later, 22.
Langer, Thornton. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Be there none, so carried. Second, authorizing agreement extension with the Arc Mid Hudson Section 5311 Operating and Capital Assistance for sponsors with continuing agreements and third-party operators. I'll second that, Leg.
Chairman Lang, just a quick question for James.
Yep.
Is this the transportation you're talking about?
Yes,
The Greene Transit?
yes, if you recall, Warren, last February had submitted a resolution to extend the existing agreement and give us time to update the plan that has to go to DOT. It's the transit plan. It hasn't been updated since 2018. Presented to the legislature and also procured. I spent a significant amount of time this year working with DOT to figure out the best way for us to procure. It was very layered. I just need a little bit more time to properly procure, and we need a little bit more time to finalize an appropriate plan and bring to the legislature. So we're looking to
A
extend.
couple of items with that. Now, didn't we authorize allow the federal grant for them to purchase a bunch of new buses?
Yep.
And we had said we were going to look at ridership on these buses and see is it worth it to continue all these routes?
Right.
So where are we with that, or is that something that's even not taking place yet?
That's part of the redevelopment of that transit plan for GPT is assessing the ridership and figuring out either a different route setup or looking at more ways to update the system in general. The buses, I think also the purchase of them were required because of the condition of the existing buses and DOT's requirements to either replace them or repair them. 3 more buses just got delivered to Highway today. So we had 3 delivered earlier this year. I think there's an additional 4 coming. We've been working for.
That was my next question. I didn't know if they showed up yet, buses.
Yeah, so they've been piecemealing them. I think there's a supply issue. Wouldn't surprise me, but.
Okay. Thank you. Well, thanks, Darrell.
You're welcome. Any other questions? None? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Be there none, so carried. Is there anything else to bring about before the economic development tourism?
Motion.
Thank you.
Thank
Carrie.
Good evening. I'd like to open up government operations at 6:38. Before we get started with the resolutions, we are going to get an update from Director Ward.
Evening, everybody. As you know, this is the month that I bring a lot in front of you, 12, 13 resolutions. I'm going to keep this brief because I know Charlie's got 60 some to get through, so we'll go with that. Just wanted to update you, taxes rolls and bills have been completed. They are at the printers and the towns have various mail dates going out between December 21st and December 30th. They pick what date they want them mailed. So yeah, some of you are going to get a Christmas present. Some of you are going to get a New Year's present. I have to thank my staff for working diligently. We had some challenges this year. One of the biggest ones was we held up processing for approximately 2 weeks, holding out for tax certiorari settlement with Halion and GSK in Durham. Glad to say that with Sean and Ed and Paul Goldman and the town's attorney, we were able to get that effected on and signed by the judge on November 25th. So it put us a couple of weeks behind, but we worked diligently through that, got everything done. Probably just a couple of statistics for you. The total warrant this year, county and town combined, is up 1.41% for a total of $73,715,986. I can tell you that the bulk of that is in the special districts. As we know, the county is at a 0 levy. You know, the towns, they varied. I have some that are up, some that are down, some that are even. Some other bright news in the thing. So 1.4 is on average of what we go up. Some notable things though, school read levies are down minimally. at 0.7% or a little over $60,000. Village rate levies, this one really caught me off guard. And I have a relative in one of the villages that does this work, and she warned me about it, but they're down 12.93%, for a total of $84,000, a little upwards of that. That means people are paying their water rents, their sewer rents on time, not paying delinquency. We're not re-levying them on the bill. So that's a good thing for our municipalities. The delinquent sewer and water charges are down 24%. So I'm a little ahead of myself here. The village levies are down 12.9. So those are some really good things. I have a couple other resolutions on tonight. One of the biggest ones you'll probably notice is 2 resolutions dealing with a correction of error and refund to the village of Catskill from the town of Catskill. I've been involved with this and asked questions over the period of the last 5 or 6 years. Nobody was able to ever produce a document of an agreement between the town and village to exempt their water lines coming from the reservoirs. Our county did it in 2002, I believe. So the town and village entered into an agreement in 1995. The village has been paying taxes on those water lines coming through the town of Catskill for the last 30 years. And tonight we they have a new village attorney over there who has been delving into a lot of old correspondence from their previous clerks and stuff to the town, and did discover the actual agreement. So we, some hemming and hawing along the way, but we were able to get those on tonight. So we're able to refund 22,000 of probably close to 200,000 that probably never should have been paid, but that's statutorily. And then lastly, a legislative update. I know in August I presented to you a couple of exemption options. The senior citizen sliding scale going to 65%, which you decided as a legislature that you didn't want to move forward with. That was signed by the governor on December 5th, but we won't be moving anything forward with that. And the 100% disabled veterans, which you do want to move forward with, was delivered to the governor on last Monday, the 8th. But as of this afternoon, I checked just before I came to the meeting, she has not signed that. She has 30 days to act on that, 30 calendar days, because they're out of session. So normally it would only be 10 days if they were in session for her to act. And if that does go through, I'll look to put in January, put a resolution on for a public hearing and that for February to get that done and effective before March 1st. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I have seen the governor signing that 65% all over the news, been everywhere, but nowhere has it stated that other people will be making up that additional 15%. And it's being touted as affordability in New York.
It's not the state making up the difference, it's
No.
another property tax.
That's an oxymoron.
Yeah. So moving into the resolutions, number 1, increasing the amount of income for senior citizens tax exemption. Leg and Martinez. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Authorization to call for an organizational meeting for 2026. Lennon? Here. And Linger. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 3, adopting rules of order. Same as last year. Martinez? O'Connor? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Number 4, authorizing blanket bond for all county employees.
Finger.
Linger, I'll second that motion. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Number 5, designating official newspapers. Lucas, I'll second that. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Number 7, authorizing treasurer to enter into an agreement.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to get through this. Number 6, awarding insurance coverage 2026. I will make that resolution. Do I have a second?
Second.
Greg, I just have a quick question for Sean. On this breakdown on the insurance coverage, with the amount of fender benders we've had in the last year, did they break it down to you, the increase on the auto side of that package?
Give it, I'm sure he did.
Because I'd love to know that.
You sure?
So well, no, I'd love for you to tell the ones who are committing the accidents, you know, watch their foot on the gas or whatever they're doing. It's,
Although it kind of depends overall, statewide,
yeah, I
if
didn't know.
everybody's up.
Yeah, I didn't know if they can break it down and we would be, you know, responsible for that because the accidents, they are occurring here, unless it's the average of all the people that are in the NYMER that they're having accidents too. I don't know, but.
It's a combo, but it's more on our side. The experience that we have always is gonna push next year.
Right.
And we had a bumper year, I should use that bumper. That's not bad.
Bumper for you.
Yeah. All right, thanks.
Okay, we have the motions. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Number 7, authorizing treasurer to enter into an agreement with 3+1 for cash bets, liquidity, and treasury analysis services for 2026.
Lennon, Martin.
Lennon Martinez, all in favor?
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? Number 8, authorizing agreement, Milliman Incorporated. Here, I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Number 9, authorizing agreement, Info Quick Solutions Incorporated, Integrated Records Management System. Lucas, I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Number 10, authorizing delinquent water, sewer, and sidewalk charges to be added to the assessment rolls. Martinez? O'Connell? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Number 11, authorizing costs incurred under delinquent return check fees, local law to be added to assessment roll. Leg? Linger, you're down. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Number 12, authorizing levy of omitted taxes. Martinez, I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? Number 13, town levies. I'll make that motion.
Leg.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Number 14, authorizing relevy of unpaid school taxes for the year 2025. Martinez, I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Number 15, authorizing the relevy of unpaid village taxes for the year 2025. Martinez, I'll second that again. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Number 16, correcting assessment roll, Town of Catskill, Village of Catskill, water tax map ID number 926.89-6-1.5. I'll make that motion. O'Connell, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Number 17, correcting assessment roll, Town of Catskill, Village of Catskill Water Tax Map ID number 926.89-6-1.6. I will make that resolution again.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And last, number 18, correcting assessment roll, Town of Catskill, Zawelski, Travis map ID number 201.00-2-49. I will make that a winger. I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Does anyone else have anything to come before government operations tonight?
Motion closed.
Second.
Thank you.
Hey, well, Finance Committee meeting to order. We'll zip right through these, I think, because Matt left. First one, increase the amount of income for senior citizen tax exemption. Lennon.
True.
Lennon, Leonard, True.
All in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number two, authorizing blanket fine for all county employees.
Davis.
Davis? Leonard. Leonard? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's also carried. Three, designated official bank depository. Mark
Leg.
Who seconded?
Blake.
Leg, second. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed? That's also carried. Number four, awarding insurance coverage, 26.
Leg.
Leg.
Lennon.
Lake. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Number five, authorizing chargeable pay order. Number one, Greene County Justice Center contract number 2, plumbing and fire protection.
Davis.
Leg.
Blake.
Like second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 6, awarding bid refuge removal for 26.
True.
True?
Davis.
Davis second, all in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Number 7, awarding bid cleaning services for various county buildings. I'd like to make that.
Bueller will second.
Second by
Bueller.
Gilbert. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Number 8, approving the purchase of one variable message board emergency service. Leonard. Blake. Who second?
Leonard.
Leonard Lake, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Thank you. Number 9, authorizing purchase and installation of video surveillance system monitor county fueling station.
True.
George. Second. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Number 10, funding allocation for Greene County Department of Human Services.
True.
Davis.
David second. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried also. Number 11, authorized agreement, Greene County Department of Human Services, per food, LLC, DBA, Mom's Meals.
True.
True.
Davis.
David second. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed? That's also carried. Number 12, authorizing lease agreement, Greene County Department of Human Services, Aging Town Cat.
Leg. True.
Blake, Drew second. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed? That's all carried. 13, authorized agreement between Greene County Aging, Nicole Thurston, MSRD, CD-N.
Davis.
Davis, Ms. Drew second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried also. 14, authorized agreement extension with ARC Mid-Hudson Section 5311 operating and capital assistance for sponsors with continuing agreement with third-party operator.
Davis.
David.
True.
Drew, second, and all in favor.
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. 15, authorized agreement for Greene County Mental Health with 24th Street psychiatric, PC,
Davis.
Davis.
Blake,
Wait, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Oh, that's carried.
Opposed?
One opposition?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, that's carried. 16, authorized agreement, Greene County Mental Health Department, Dr. McGinn, MD.
Davis.
Leonard. Leonard second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's also carried. Number 17, the Greene County Legislature testing the use of targeting inflationary increase, TII, funding by the Greene County and Greene River Board.
Davis.
David. Approved. Second. Favor that? Aye. Opposed? One opposition. Thank you. Carried. Number 18, authorized agreement between Greene County and the Columbia Greene Community College Foundation authorizing payment. Here.
Blake,
Chairman, Blake, second, all in favor.
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 19, authorized agreement, Info Quick Solutions, Inc., Integrated Record Management System.
Davis.
David. Second, all in favor.
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 20, establishing roster for professional consultant service, economic development, tourism plan. True. True. I'll
David.
second. Mr. David, second, all in favor.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. 21, amending resolution number 30625, authorizing contract, Greene County with Greene County Emergency Medical Systems, Inc., for the town health.
Blake,
Leg and Davis.
Blake, David, second, all in favor.
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 22, authorizing agreement, Greene County Agriculture Society.
Davis.
Lennon, David, second, all in favor.
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 23, authorized agreement, community action of Greene County, Inc. Linder.
Davis.
Linder, David, second, all in favor.
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 24, authorized agreement, Cornell Cooperative Extension Association of Columbia and Greene County. True. True.
Davis.
David, second, all in favor.
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 25, authorized agreement, create non-from the yard. True. Leonard, second, all in favor.
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 26, authorizing Greene County Culture Fund contract. True. True.
Davis.
David, second, all in favor.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. 27, authorizing agreement, Greene County Federation support. Second?
Leg.
Leonard. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. 28, authorized agreement, Historical Society.
Bueller.
Village, Leonard,
Village one.
Mr. Leonard, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. 29, authorizing agreement, Greene County Library Association.
Davis.
Dave,
Blake,
Blake, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. 30, authorized agreement between Greene County and Mountain Top Historical.
Blake,
Blake,
Davis.
David, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Lanudo Village. Opposition, that's carried. 31, authorized agreement, soil and water conservation. Permit,
Village true.
Mr. Village, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's also carried. 32, authorized agreement, soil and water conservation district, RE watershed system. Martin,
Village.
Village second, all in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed, that's also carried. 33, authorizing grant application, Greene County Public Health Department, New York State Department of Health AIDS Institute, Division of HIV and Hepatitis Healthcare, Bureau of Hepatitis Healthcare, and yeah. True. True.
Davis.
David, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. 34, authorizing treasurer to enter into agreement with 3+1 for cash vest for Greene and treasurer analyst Irving.
Davis.
George.
David, George, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Oh, that's carried. 35, authorized agreement, development, Inc.
Davis.
David, second.
True.
Was true, second, then all in favor?
Alright.
Oh. Reappointing historian. Mark Meadows,
Davis.
David, favor.
Aye.
Oh. 37, authorizing charge back election related service and material. Marlene. Second,
Leonard.
Mr. Leonard. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. One opposition, Chairman. Yes. We won't, yeah. 38, authorizing liquid water sewer. Charge back again, that's
George.
George.
Davis.
Second.
Go ahead, Chairman.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's all from carried. 39, authorizing costs incurred under delinquent return check fees, local law. Be added to assessment roll.
True.
Rule.
When you're true.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 40, authorizing levy of a bid tax.
George.
David, George, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried also. 41, town levies.
Davis.
George.
David, George, second. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 42, authorizing re-levy of unpaid school taxes for year 25. Mark Meadows,
George.
George seconds it. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed, that's also carried. 43, authorizing re-levy of unpaid village taxes for year 25.
George.
George, I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 44, down to the wire here. Authorizing implementation funding of a state Marchicelli program aid eligible transportation federal aid project. Pooling fund local share of federal and state aid eligible and ineligible project clause established capital project 173.
Davis.
David. Later, Mr. Later, second. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 45, establish a capital project 174 Wyndham Transfer Station reconstruction, accepting proposal for engineering service.
Leg.
Mr. Lake.
A quick question on this, Charlie. Shauna, did Scott put in a request for, with D&L to have a certain engineer do this?
Not gonna be a person within B&L?
Yeah, I know Barton Lujudas did the one, the rehab of the residential drop off on the engineering side, and they were happy with that, but we've had other issues in other areas with Barton overall.
Well, different divisions, that's what Scott was telling you, it's a different division than what we're having the trouble with.
Right. Okay, I just wanna make sure that it's just not, we get to pick the certain division we want, the one that's doing the good job or did a good job for us, not to be stuck by the engineering company with whoever they determine they. That's possible, I don't know.
Clarify that for everyone, thanks.
Yeah, okay, all right, thank you.
Who would like to second that?
We had it on,
Len Davis?
Favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 46, establish a capital project 175 County Route 2 slope stabilization town of Prattville.
Leg.
Mr. Lake.
Davis.
David second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Number 47, accepting formal proposal from Greene Mountain Contracting Inc. slope stabilization County Route 2 town of Prattville.
Leg.
Mr. Lake.
George.
George second. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 48, accepting formal proposal from Access Limited Construction for the slope stabilization of County Route 2 town of Prattville.
Leg.
Mr. Lake.
George.
George second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's also carried. 49, establish a capital project 176, County Route 20, slope stabilization, town of East Sterling.
Davis.
George.
Second,
George.
Buick. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. Number 50, accepting formal proposal for Evergreen Mountain Contracting Inc. slope stabilization, County Route 20, town of East Sterling.
George.
Leonard. Mr. Leonard, second. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 51, accepting formal proposal from Access Unlimited Construction for slope stabilization, County Route 20, town of East Sterling. Thank you.
George.
Winger view.
Chairman. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 52, budget amendment and authorization. Purchase of one set of 4 new 18,800 pound capacity mobile vehicles as part of
George.
second. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 53, budget amendment, insurance recovery, Greene County Sheriff, part of that.
Davis.
David seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. 54, budget amendment, insurance recovery, Greene County Sheriff. Finger.
Davis. Winger Davis.
Finger, Mr. Davis. All in favor of that?
Aye.
All that's carried. 55, budget amendment, supplemental insurance recovery, Greene County Sheriff. Drew,
Davis.
David second, favor of that.
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 56, budget amendment, insurance recovery, social service.
Davis.
David, I'll second, all in favor.
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 57, correcting the assessment roll, town of Casco, village of Casco, water tax map ID number 926.89-6-1.5.
George.
Mr. Buick,
Davis.
David second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 58, assessment roll, town of Casco, village, Casco water tax map ID number 926.89-6-1.6.
George.
Buick,
Davis.
David second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 59, correct assessment roll, town of Casco, Punske, Travis, tax map ID number 201.00-2-19. Thank you.
George.
Chairman, Mr. Buick? Yes. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 60, authorization of paying claims, highway.
Like,
George.
Right, Mr. Buick second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 61, authorization of paying claims, Fernandez.
Davis.
David second, all in favor?
Aye. Quick question, a couple things here. I'd spoken with Charlie earlier on these claims, and I see some monies in the audit to Catskill Engineering in regards to this Carroll Senior Center. You know, we approved this monies over a year ago, and we haven't seen anything. You go by that building and nothing's going on, so
we're gonna start in, April.
Well,
we don't know that. Well, why don't we know that?
we've had a slow time rolling it out for this room. It's really 2 projects because you had the water and sewer line extension. Obviously, we had to go through New York State, for design approvals and then the building itself, so, we were not planning on bringing this in January. Project review. Just within the last couple of weeks, we finally did all the things down. It's been a long project in design. We had problems with the building. So, but I have it, it's all now, all the design features are complete, and we'll bring it to you in January.
And what are you coming back with? Are they giving you some numbers on the cost?
Yes, we're right at the budget level where we had,
I mean, again, it's a relatively new building, the whole backside, I mean. Are we paying just for the senior citizen side of this, or are we paying for the town to have offices there?
No, senior side.
And where's the town getting their money from? Because I was told they have no money to put towards this project.
Because
Other
they're gonna
than
sell the property.
400, they paid for it.
They're gonna sell the old property.
they had to pass a resolution to sell the former property that the senior citizen center is at now, or give us $300,000 of contribution to the project.
$300,000 was actually what they purchased the building for though. That's their contribution. And if I read it right,
Well, this purchase of what was, I believe Dojo was the name of that building.
yeah,
The existing senior center in Acre has to be sold.
right. So you think that they would get more, they would get $300,000 for the existing site?
Yep, after there's 5 acres up
If
there.
they don't, they owe us $300,000.
They gotta make up the difference.
Right.
$300,000, that's not much for 5 acres up there with 2 buildings on it.
So it's, yeah,
That's Acre.
Not asking anything right now. Well, that's another issue for.
So again, it's a long-standing wait to see what's going on there. And again, I press this board. We are funding another taxing jurisdiction. A building that belongs to another taxing jurisdiction. I don't know why we're doing that. I know you can vote for it and you voted obviously to do it, but again, if they need that, they need to tax their constituents as a taxing jurisdiction. Instead of having that money spread out, so people from Alcott are paying, or Catskill are paying for a building that's being used by Carroll residents.
It's not just Carroll,
Of
Mike,
course it is, Sherry.
Mike, it's not just Carroll, okay? All seniors go up there. All seniors go up there. All right,
Well, where, to the Acre one now?
we have coming off the mountain, we have them coming from everywhere.
Yeah, you have a lot.
And we should decide as a board, we should own that building. If we're paying for it, we should own it then. And not that I'm a fan of owning more county property, but once again. And quite honestly, I mean, I don't get, and here I am a Catskill legislator. For the longest time, I don't get why we are paying to rent the senior centers a monthly fee. When we're providing a service of food for them, I don't get it. I don't know if that's some handshake deal was done years ago, but
That agreement there in the Carroll Center, that's gonna go away once we open the doors. There'll be no more monthly fee from us to them.
I mean,
Which
you're
is
getting,
about, what, 1,200 a month or something like that? Yeah.
you're getting $2.6 million worth of other people's money on that building.
It's more than just Carroll, Mike.
Telling you, it's
Yeah, and
not-
I'm telling you,
It's
because
not
I go
going
to
to
the
be.
meetings.
It's not going to be, and you tell me how it's
Yeah, you're
taken
gonna get
13
seniors
months.
from Durham and Greenville there too. 'cause
You got
they're already-
13 months to put this together by this Catskill Engineering. And
That's
to
a whole,
put what together?
that's a whole,
Put
that
what together?
was all on Carroll.
Yeah, but we're the
The
lead
town.
agent. We get to determine who we want. We should not want them.
I understand that, but that was too late. We got in the game too late.
I mean, they haven't produced anything for us in 13 months now. I mean, I think the architects and the designers of this Justice Center, they had that together in 7, 8 months. That's a $30 million project. So,
Sean, we're gonna be able to pull everything together for next month?
Yeah.
Catskill. We have all the information.
Yeah, we have depictions, we have floor plans now, we
I agree with you, though, we should see something from, you know, basically, they've had the money however long, we got other things going on. It's time to, you know, come up with a plan and get this thing rolling.
Bid or get off the pot.
That's it.
I mean, I'd love, yeah, I see the building. I've been in that building when it was a dojo. It's not a bad building. I don't know how they're getting $2.7 million worth of work
Well, a lot of
to make it accommodating for seniors.
the kitchen, right?
well, no, it's the half, it's the water sewer.
Water and sewer is the 1 point, what, how much? One big project. It's under, it's under a million.
It's on,
900 some thousand for water and sewer alone. That's the expense.
What's the kitchen?
Well, I don't know why they couldn't be resurrecting the building and waiting for the water to get there. It's
Still build a village road.
maybe you can still do 5 other things while you're waiting for a water line to show up.
Well, they could, except this was, again, the town of Carroll project and. They dragged.
I would caution if this.
Well, I'm just saying, if they
if
keep
there's
dragging
other
their feet,
things-
it should be pulled.
If there's other things to come before this board and the majority of this board decides to spend money in other towns and other town buildings, we better damn be the ones in the driver's seat on it, especially if we're the large majority of the cash going into the build or whatever. Because leaving it in the town of Carroll's hands and their designing team or whatever, I don't think bodes well for the rest of the county, so.
Well, it was.
Well, oh,
We're still paying right for the other side though?
Yeah,
Why?
apparently it goes away once we sign everything, once we open the door, right? 1,200.
We have contract with all, any of the towns we have. If they're purchasing that money, it should have stopped immediately. They're giving you that kind of money.
Well, I mean, I agree. Probably should have. Maybe we can.
How much are we funding for the Carroll project?
Greene County's 2.15
And the state 500 million.
2.15,
and the state through the what? Dormitory authority, so you know how long they're gonna wait for that?
and we pay 1,200 a month to Acre?
Yes, I don't know, wait a minute, 1,200 a month?
It's top hat.
Right around there.
So at 2.15 million for 1,200 a month, so we should be good then when that we pay rent for almost 1,800 years?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, so.
1,800 years?
Let me know
Yeah,
how you make
two-
out.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, 149 years. Okay, 149, so,
Again, thank you, Charlie, for giving me the time.
yeah.
Anything else come before this, before the,
No, we have to vote on that.
treasurer?
We have to vote on that.
I have Martin S. Davis at number 61.
We voted?
No, we gotta vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, I lost control.
I did a great job, Charlie.
Right at the very end, Sean.
Fine job.
Do you gotta fix your?
Take your vitamins this afternoon or something?
No, sport.
You're treasurer, he's sitting down there.
Silver. Now we have Mr. Keith, treasurer report. Hope everything's good.
Good evening, everyone. Greene County payments on delinquent taxes and summary of the collection of delinquent taxes for November of 25 totaled $553,642.49 compared to $257,208.02 in November of 24, or an increase of $296,434.47. Year-to-date payments for 2025 collections are $8,467,806.07 compared to $6,006,166.32 in 24, or an increase of $2,834,701.49. Delinquent taxes in Greene County. In summary, the amount due to Greene County for delinquent taxes as of November of 25 totaled $8,218,402.13 compared to $8,623,042.47 in November of 24, or a decrease of $404,640.34. Analysis of our sales tax received to date for 2025 is $47,166,531.84 compared to $45,063,807.01 for 2024, or an increase of $2,102,724.83, or 4.67%. Our month has been largely consumed by the follow-up on the in-rem sales. Writer's cramp from signing many properties over, but we're proceeding with that. And the department's gonna finish that up along with the county attorney. Just a heads up, we're watching closely. We've had 3 Fed adjustments, 1/4 point each. 75 basis points in total. Obviously, this can affect our interest over the long haul. We're seeing where it goes, and next month I'll probably bring before you an investment policy change so we can consider the New York Municipal Investment Trust. We have not needed them in my tenure. We've been able to pull interest rates from our local banks that are equal or greater to those numbers. We shared those numbers with 3-1 Cash Vest this past month. They were very pleased with our results that we've been having, but we're going to have some headwinds. I don't think we're done potentially with rate reductions. So we'll be watching closely to see how well we can do for 2026. But it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge than 2025 for sure. Anybody have any questions? Have a great night.
Thank you. Anything else come before?
Yeah, just on the sales tax, Sean, the budget amount, so as it's shown, the budget amount, did that change though? Or is that for the year for 2025?
43.5,
43.5, that's what it is, you're budgeted for from sales tax this
or 25, 45. Moving to 48.
6.
That's good.
Make motion for adjournment. I will do so.
Carol, thank you.